Martin, this is an area I want to touch on, and Simon, I watch it and I know exactly what we're driving at here. Jamie Carragher on Sky complained about football's way of dealing with head injury. Nicolo Zaniolo, you would probably see it, Martin. He caused play to stop in Villa's game against West Ham yesterday. He dropped to the ground under pressure from Aguirre in the second half of the game after losing the ball and then held his head. So we know what's going to happen after that. The referee blows up. What do we do in a situation like that? Because with all due respect to Senior Zaniolo, there was damn all wrong with him.
Yeah, I'm totally with Carragher in this. Absolutely with him in that.
I mean, Carragher's saying, I've had enough of this.
He's had enough of this here. Absolutely. But you have a problem with this, Jim, is because the referee is under severe pressure. If the referee, if he sees a head injury or even it's a pretend head injury, what has he got? What can he do? Because the minute that something serious happens and he has not stopped play, he's in for it. He's absolutely in for it. Me personally speaking, I think if in instances like that where somebody is not injured or feigning an injury, if you had some sort of retrospective punishment, there are enough TV cameras around here to pick up the thing. And I know,
but it's a culture that you and the players created as managers and players. This rule has been abused. And it's been now priced into acceptance that if people don't kick a ball out or referees don't stop a game, there's absolute outrage about it. I make Carragher right, but it's a culture that a good intention has been abused and manipulated by managers and players to achieve advantages out of it. And now people are suggesting that ultimately consequences should have
not a manager like Martin. I would defend you in that.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Hold on, I'm going to refute this. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you're right to say to me that I brought this culture in and that I any time that there was going to be a head injury, it's got more serious than the time since I've been out of Premier League management now for some years. So when it has changed greatly because of the things that have happened because of possible head injuries and things like this.
Yeah, but that's not the point I'm making, Martin. The culture of simulation, the culture of players misrepresenting situations are encouraged and patronised and not castigated by those in authority, but like people like you that sit there and can watch players do it. And I would wonder, and you can correct me, I'm happy to be corrected, when you've seen a player simulate something, were you on him in the dressing room after games, during training sessions saying, I don't want that in my side, I don't want you doing that sort of stuff, because I would wager that you weren't, but if you're going to contradict me and tell me that you were, then I'll bow to your knowledge.
Well, you'll have to bow to my knowledge whether I am telling you the truth or not, because you will have to. The fact is that sometimes Ashley Young, for instance, used to go down quite easily when he was actually in movement. And I used to say to him, Ash, just steady. You're not going to get away with this all the time. You're really not going to do this. So I did. There was a type of admonishment in it. But generally speaking, he was being caught a lot. And then all you had to do is dive 2 or 3 times, and then you find out that you're a diver forever. So my point is this here, that I did actually admonish players in the
You called out your own players for simulation.
I'd call out my own players. Well, in the sanctuary of the dressing room, I'd say to them, listen, I don't really want that.
Well, that answers Sammy's question, to be fair.
Well, I'm pleased.
Okay,
I will probably get 3 players phoning in the next 10 minutes.
Let's pare that back and recuse Martin from that observation, but look at the culture of the game that's created that situation, because it doesn't come from nowhere.
And Sammy's got a point there, Martin. You can't deny that.
I do take that point. And please don't. For 1 minute, I'm trying to think back whether I'm guiltless in all of this here, but I genuinely did not like that part of the game, and it has. He's right. If
right.
managers if managers are not actually stepping on it, then I do take your point entirely.
Yeah, it's going to take a brave referee, Martin, is it not, to call the player's bluff and look at him and say, nah, you're all right, I'm playing on.
That is difficult. It's really difficult. The referee is left in an invidious position. It's really, really difficult for him, because the minute he could be right 8 times out of 10, and the 2 times he's not right and there's a serious injury, there's going to be repercussions for him. Yeah. Absolutely. So this is a problem for it. This is why you could think about retrospective punishment. And it's serious. And can you imagine somebody who's been hitting his shoulder and holding his head for 5 minutes, and the game's been stopped, and then on the Monday he's picked up and see, wait a minute, that didn't look so good.
Yeah.
That did. Imagine going home to your parents, or for instance, listen, you were a big brave lad there. You held on to your face there for a moment or two when in actual fact you were hitting the knee. So, So my point, my point is this
You're
here:
right.
retrospective punishment.
Yeah.
If you can actually nail it, is something that you should be looking at.
You felt the bite of Martin O'Neill on your ankles.
I think
No. He's Simon has a he has got a genuine. Sorry,
he still thinks he's right.
Simon has never thought he's been wrong in 35 years.
Longer, I thought.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.